Okay, so welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be doing a review on the new Harman Kardon Luna, which I have in front of me here. Not quite sure exactly when this came out, it kind of just sprung up on me. I saw an advert for it and thought, whoa, that's new. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure when this came out, but I know it's one of their newer offerings alongside the Aura 4, which I may be getting my hands on soon, potentially. Although that doesn't look very different to the 3, so I can't imagine I'd have much to say about it, but might be still interesting to test. But anyway, so this is the Luna. Retails for £150 here in the UK at the moment. That's straight from Harman Kardon's website. So is on the slightly pricier side of speakers in this kind of size range. You know, this is obviously a very similar size to the Soundcore, the Anker Soundcore, the Soundcore 3, I think they call it, the newest one, which is like 50-60 quid. So this is, you know, 3 times that. So we're expecting big things here, to be honest, for that price. I'll take you through a bit of the specs. We've got a 48 by 90 millimeter woofer, which is a weird way of specifying it, but so we've got that woofer and a 20mm tweeter. These add up to be 40 watts of total power. The woofer is 25, tweeter is 15. So yeah, I'm not looking at any crazy power here, but around about the kind of same area, maybe about 10 watt more. I think the Soundcores tend to be around 30 watt. So yeah, we're looking at, you know, not 3 times as much power. It is 3 times as the price, but still looking nice. 0.71 kilos this weighs, so pretty standard for you know, maybe slightly heavier than you would expect by looking at it. But yeah, nice and easy to carry around still. This is running Bluetooth 5.3, so very much still the newest version of Bluetooth as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen anything higher than 5.3 for a while. Even so, they don't seem to change very much. They're very small increments for a while, so 5.3 is definitely going to get you what you need. You know, you'll be able to play up and down stairs, through walls, decent range as well, and the quality is very nice, so nothing to complain about there. Battery wise, it will take 2.5 hours to charge from zero to full, and 12 hours of it will last for 12 hours of playtime at 50% volume, which is again very standard numbers there. You know, around about 2.5 hours to charge, 12 hours playtime. That seems to be the absolute market standard nowadays, which isn't a bad thing. But I do find myself getting a bit sick of just reading out those same numbers. Waterproof wise, this is IP67 rated, so it does have that rating behind it there, which is also very nice. Yeah, speaker is very simple. No fancy tricks on this here really. You've got some lights at the top to show battery indications, and then this is a nice kind of proper metal-y feel on the top here, with the little rubbery buttons. Quite nice. The lights at the top there will indicate the battery when you click on them. So that's cool. Got a little light on the front as well. Around the back, we've got one lonely little USB-C port for charging. No aux, no nothing else here. I don't think this could be used as a power bank or anything. This is literally just a speaker with an aux port. Sorry, USB-C port. So really, really, really bare bones. But yeah, some kind of nice Luna engraved in the bottom. But otherwise, there is literally nothing on this. It's a nice feel to it, and it feels nice quality. I'm sure it is. But yeah, it's as far as kind of ports go, as far as inputs go, and anything else, this is a very, very, very bare bones speaker. You know, built for one purpose. But you can tell when we come to the sound test that they've put some work into the sound profile of this thing. So I'll do a sound test. I'm going to be playing everything by Diamond Eyes, as I still haven't had a better suggestion for a song. I am still open to suggestions, would like to start changing it up a bit, seeing as I'm getting a bit sick of this track. I've used it on the channel for many years now, so it's just kind of become a staple, but people have been complaining about it for a while, so I think it's time I change it up. So if you do have any suggestions, please do leave them. Obviously it has to be copyright free, but otherwise I'll probably use it in the next video. So yeah, do throw them down there. But otherwise, I'm going to play about a minute of this, and then I'll talk about the sound quality with you afterwards. This is going to be at 80% volume.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. We're searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even Hearts in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah.
Okay, so sound test over. Hopefully it came out the same for you as it sounds like to listen in person. But obviously Harman Kardon being the parent company behind JBL, we do hear a lot of that same sound profile here. Quite heavy bass. You know, they do tend to focus on the kind of thumpy low ends of the music rather than the high ends, and you can hear a little bit of that when it gets to the kind of very screamy or high pitched parts of especially this song. You can hear it slightly losing a bit of its clarity. Although I am playing this music through YouTube, so you know, this isn't by any means a professional setup here. This is probably how most people are going to be listening, really. So if anything, more accurate. But yeah, it does kind of slightly distort, become a little bit kind of scratchy at the higher end. Kind of the same as any JBL speaker, really. You just hear it a bit more here because you have to play it at a higher volume more often. So yeah, around 80% volume and above, this does tend to slightly distort maybe, but you know, if you're listening through like proper Spotify, it will probably be quite a bit better. And obviously if you're listening to not such an awful song as well. But yeah, I mean, as far as the actual sound quality goes for the rest of the music, it's really good. You've got a nice kind of frequency range across everything. It does tend to favor the bassy notes, but overall is very nice, and the bass is incredibly impressive for a speaker of this size and this weight and all of that. You've got one woofer in here, but it really does pack a punch. Definitely got at least 3 times the bass of a Soundcore 3. I can say that without hesitation. The bass on this thing it really throws you off because you think, you know, have you got a separate sub connected or something? Because it honestly does sound just like that amount of bass couldn't be produced from this unit. So that's really impressive. It can't go quite as loud as I feel like a JBL Flip 6 can go. I haven't had them together, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it doesn't feel like it can go quite as blisteringly loud as they can. But obviously the Harman Kardon range is slightly more upmarket than the actual JBL range, so it doesn't, yeah, they do tend to make higher quality audio, but at a slightly lower, less childish volume. And you can tell that coming through here. This kind of just feels like a Flip 6 that's slightly more grown up, in a slightly nicer package. And that's really what we're looking at here. Slightly more expensive just because of the sound quality, and this definitely got stronger the bass than the Flip 6 as well. But maybe not as ideal to take outside, seeing as it doesn't have as many inputs, or and it's like just not as rugged. The waterproof rating isn't as good, and it does have this nice metal finish on it and stuff like that you might not want to drop on the floor, whereas the Flip 6 is made largely of rubber. So there is those kind of differences. It's kind of hard to place this really, because for £150 you're close to kind of stepping into that mid-range, almost, you know, more cheap kind of party box offerings, where obviously you're getting much more sound for the money. But if you're looking for a small little unit to keep in the corner of your room that's going to give you some really nice sound quality, this definitely does meet that. So yeah, it's yeah, really good. It's nice to have some good ones. We've had a lot of those tri-bit ones recently, which have just been slightly disappointing, frankly, in some areas. So it's nice to have something new and new and good. But yeah, if you've got anything in the, if you've got any ideas of what you want me to compare this to, or any questions you might have, or anything you disagree with me on, feel free to pop it down in the comments, and I will try to reply to you all.